Part 2 of 5. The Seven Archangels Speak by Thomas Printz, copyright 1954. An address by Beloved Archangel URIEL, Angel of Ministration, pages 117 to 142. Beloved URIEL speaks, May 16, 1954. These are the small beings, you who are endeavoring to hold for the portion of a day at least, some virtue in your consciousness to give to others through contagion, can understand and immeasure the joy of the angels when in your association you are able to convey a little courage, a little faith, a little confidence to one of your associates whom you meet in the course of daily living. Then, with renewed vigor, you return again to the source of faith and confidence within your heart, applying there for the capacity to radiate a larger sphere of influence of that quality around you, within your aura, and to hold it against contamination from the mass mind for a longer period of time. It is a lovely way to experiment with your energy, perhaps taking some one quality each day that you feel might benefit the mankind in your environment, in your home life or in your business association. Then setting the spiritual thermostat of your consciousness and feeling whirled to that virtue, tuning into the cosmic beings who represent the momentum of it. Direct and sustain that specific virtue through your aura and sphere of influence, despite the conditions, appearances, and shadows from the appearance world that you might face. Try it. At first, your energy may change quality at any appearance that is less than the perfection you have contemplated. Then, learning by experience, you will begin to so anchor yourself upon maintaining an aura, a force field around you, charged with a virtue, that you will no longer be affected by the heterogeneous energy that you contact which is emanating from the masses. It is a marvelous service, and it is the training that the angelic host receive at inner levels. This is a training into which you can enter until your force field becomes so much your servant that you can qualify it with healing, you can qualify it with purity or any other virtue, and be as assured that it will not change as you are assured that when you place your dress or suit upon your body it will remain the same garment until you return home at night. Certainly, the energy of God around you can be as obedient as that which is fashioned into the covering for your flesh. It is the homely and the practical things that build mastery into the life stream and make individuals conscious conductors. When there are among the mankind of earth, and the embodied angelic host and the embodied elemental kingdom, those who can control their own auras, we shall have created channels through which to flash cosmic protection and cosmic light upon an instant to give assistance to an entire city, an entire nation and an entire planet. I would like to speak to you about created and natural channels for a moment. The book of Genesis, and all of the succeeding biblical lore, is being written, again. Do you understand that? It is being written now, not by unascended beings, but by God-free beings. It is a Bible made up of the energies of the archangels, the cosmic beings, and the ascended masters, that will stand for the rest of the civilizations being brought forth on this planet Earth. Cosmically speaking, there are natural channels which are feeders of spiritual vitality. At Titicaca and in the Himalayan mountains, those two great rays focus. There are cosmic feeders of spiritual currents which sustain the light and the pulse speed of the earth. At 7 points on the earth's surface, there are focuses, tunnels, channels, funnels of light through which the spiritual radiation is poured down from the higher octaves and then radiated out through the atmosphere of earth. These funnels or channels provide the lifeline through which the spiritual radiation flows which sustains the soul life of mankind. Without an open door from the higher octaves into the astral and psychic realms, which is mankind's present effluvia, the spiritual selves of men could not have survived through the dark ages. The drawing down of the spiritual vitality and the radiating of that vitality out into the astral and psychic realms is part of the activity of the sixth ray. This dissolves and consumes much of the creation that is there. Then there are created channels. There are other rays that are drawn and tied into the earth by voluntary life streams who choose to take that ray into their very bodies. They pass through the veil of birth and living upon the earth itself, magnetize that ray and tie it into earth's atmosphere, leaving it on earth after they depart. This was done by the beloved Saint Germain with the freedom flame. It was done by the beloved Apollonius of Tyana as he drew the mighty healing current which would be used by him in his next life, the Master Jesus. It was done by the Lord Buddha, who, incarnating, continued to contemplate the nature of God and magnetize that nature in the locations where his physical body had its pilgrimage. He did this to such an extent, that even when he left his physical body, that pulsating rhythm of the ray which he brought to the earth continued to remain and radiate forth as a nourishment for the people. In India today, the inner sight of the developed may see that beam of light like a sun through the natural atmosphere of the environment where he lived. This is the concentrate of the magnetized ray that Buddha drew and left after him as a spiritual stimulus to the entire Buddhistic religion. The Master Jesus did the same. He drew, with beloved Mary and the disciples and others, and for years after his resurrection and the Ascension, continued to draw that ray for the nourishment of the Christian dispensation into the earth. In the Holy Land that ray is a pulsating, living thing, and its action is as if you stepped from a dark room into a searchlight radiating forth in every direction. When a being contemplates a virtue in the heart of God, like freedom, and desires to bring that quality into the lower atmosphere of earth, He volunteers to tie that quality into his own life. It becomes part of his heartbeat. Then there is only one way to draw that into the consciousness and atmosphere of Earth. That is to take embodiment and direct that quality forth into the atmosphere in a rhythmic pulsation through the heartbeat. Each incarnation requires absolute dedication to sustaining the rhythm of the recognition of that quality over and over and over again, constantly and without cessation for many, many centuries. When it is so anchored, the being who has taken the responsibility for drawing that ray forth cannot leave that ray until volunteers agree to take upon themselves the responsibility of feeding it regularly and keeping it alive.